Hey guys, it's Tim Gillette, author and creator of the Rock and Roll Keys to Business Success, here with another one of our Rock Around Your Blog, episode number 44. Started numbering the episodes when I realized I'd done over 40 of them. I decided to put some numbers onto them and take each episode and be able to number it and categorize it. We're here today. I'm in Los Angeles, California. I'm not in my home. As you see, I'm in a lovely hotel, a very lovely hotel. I actually got one of the upgraded rooms in this hotel because I visit here so often. They gave me an upgraded room, so it's a really nice and comfortable room. I come to this hotel at LAX quite a bit, so they know me here at the front desk, and it's just really nice to actually stay in a hotel when you're away from home, that people treat you like you're at home. So anyway, I still scheduled today's show, and if some of you noticed, it was actually out on the blog this morning, that we're going to talk about brand on the run. And first of all, I got to be careful on how I use this, because I first heard the term brand on the run from one of my coaches. However, was doing searching on branding and found out that there's a company in the UK who does an event and has it trademarked as brand on the run. But what they're sharing and what I'm doing are totally two different things, and I'm not in any way trying to infringe upon their trademarks. I'm going to speak with you on an idea of brand. I usually rock and roll music, so I would take a song and then take whatever I want to teach and teach something from it. My books include You Can't Always Get What You Want, Taking Care of Business. I am currently writing a book called Rock Around Your Blog, and I have several other of them outlined. All right, including Back in the Black, how to turn your life and business around and become profitable again. Not going to take it anymore. How to stop putting up the world and become successful by taking it on yourself. I mean, these are books I do, so everything I do is around a rock and roll song or a motorcycle road trip. All right, everything I do is, like I said, that's what I teach from, and I help entrepreneurs learn with that. I specifically use a lot in branding and blogging with my Rock Around Your Blog program. The concept is I teach people to go out and tell their personal story about what their business is or what services they offer. That is what I do, and I'm here in Los Angeles to help teach that. As a matter of fact, I'll be doing some speaking and training onto it the next 2 days here, and some breakout sessions here at an event in Los Angeles, California. So that's what I'm up to and why I'm out here today. So anyway, I want to jump right in. All right, if any one of you, I'm trying to see the people. Frank, thanks for joining. Robin, thanks for Laura, thanks for sharing it out. Kara, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Edward, we see who else we got in here. Paco, oh, that's an interesting name, dude, man. So, but hey guys, I want to welcome you all to the show. The seat is open. You're more than welcome to jump in while I do the morning. I'm going to do some training here first, and then I'm going to field your questions and stuff after that, and maybe help you guys in some branding. Hey, we'll welcome Mr. Frank here to the window. Good friend of mine, Mr. Frank, Coach Frank Clark. Yeah, I just heard, buddy. I heard it. Yeah. I mean, 15 minutes before I had to go live on here, I heard about it. So I'm like, I didn't have time to even go, what happened?
I was on another
I literally had to get ready to jump on.
I just read about it. He had complications from a couple of autoimmune diseases combined with pneumonia. So it's, it's just such
But there's a man, guys. Yeah, there's a man who actually had a huge brand. I mean, come on, if you don't know who the Eagles are, you've lived in a closet for the past 40 years.
I've got Hotel California going here.
No, don't play that on here.
Okay.
Because I record these, so
Okay,
I do record these for profit. So I do not want to have to pay.
Okay, yeah, apologize.
To use someone's song.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it's so sad.
So let me go through this, guys. I've got 8 steps that I've actually pulled out, and I kind of use a lot of them in my own branding and building of my own business, and I want to use them. I call them 8 powerful steps to create your brand. All right, and the first one is determine your unique value and position. What is it that you are best at? All right, in this number 1, determine what you're best at. Determine your best you. Determine your place where you can position yourself for success. All right. When I say your unique value positioning, all right, or unique value proposition, there's so many terms been put on this, but let me explain to you what I mean by this. Yeah, is where is it in the marketplace where you see success? All right, you see success and you see failure, and you position yourself in the middle of it. So in order for a certain group of people to get from failure to success, they've got to go right through you. That's what the positioning means. All right, for me, I learned that there's so many speakers, coaches, and direct sales entrepreneurs who have no way to go out and get their product or service out there, because number one, when someone asks about their product or service, they have nothing on the web about themselves. They have no prior teaching about what they're about to train or help on, all right, and they have not positioned themselves with any sort of authority. So I teach them and I position myself in a way to help them find their personal story, find the journey that they've been on, and then actually start something online, a blog, all right, using a blog or, you know what I mean, some other systems of putting video and stuff like that in there to start positioning themselves on the internet as a speaker, coach, or direct sales entrepreneur, all right, and do it in a way of authority that puts them in a position of success. And that's how I solve problems. My position is I'm between the speakers who want to find speaking gigs, the coaches who want to find clients, and the direct sales people who are wondering how the heck am I going to recruit somebody into this new venture I've started? And that's where I position myself, and I'm the ticket to help them get that success. So we go from there to number 2. How do others see your value? This is important after we go to the last one, because where people see you, or where are people seeing you that you are irreplaceable? All right. I can say I'm successful at helping people who are speakers and coaches, all right, and help them become successful in a blog or help them become successful in solving their personal brand. I can say that all day long. But until Frank next to me here, who's a coach, comes in and goes, Tim taught me how to build a blog. Tim's great at blogging. You know what I mean? When other coaches now come in, or people in my field come in and see the value that I offer, and they tell others of the value I offer because they see from what I do. Now, that tells me, all right, how do others see my value? Because it's neat that, you know what I mean, yes, a lot of us get our advice from our mother or father who criticize us, or our uncle or our older brother or somebody who criticizes us.
In our head.
The voices in our head. You know, if my friend Coach Jenny should be on here, she'd talk about Hilda in the back of her head. All right. The idea behind this is not to listen to those voices, but to find out what the voices are out there in the public.
She calls hers Hilda.
When I get on, and they tune into these because they want to hear something. Am I going in and out a lot? I'm sorry. Am I?
Yeah, I'm not hearing you. You might want to refresh or test something. I'm right now showing up as poor internet signal.
All right, because I'm in a hotel. So hold on a second here, okay. Frank.
If you want to add me as a co-host temporarily or something.
Yeah, I'm going to add you as a co-host, but I'm going to try this because I am really, I'm sorry, because I'm doing off of Wi-Fi. I normally have home. I have a whole other studio set up to not have this problem.
No, and just while you're doing that, while you're refreshing, I mean, for those of you who don't know Tim, I mean, you should definitely be following him. He adds an absolute ton of value out here on Blab every single day, not just in his own regularly scheduled Blabs, but he comes on to a lot of people's shows and just offers, you know, his tips and experience and wisdom from being out there doing it. So he's absolutely adding a ton of value. So you want to be taking notes. I'm trying to put out notes while he's putting these tips out so you can catch them also in the comment section here. But you definitely want to be following a guy like Tim who's out here doing it and killing it, has been doing it for a number of years. So he's just on a Wi-Fi connection at a hotel, not in his normal studio. So he's dialing back in now. And here we go.
All right, is that better?
That seems to be better. You're clear. Can everybody hear him? Give him some props.
Okay.
All right, good.
Is this Jamie? I'm going to let Jamie in for a minute. So I want to keep going on this because I do have a limited time frame today. So I don't want to carry this out too long. Jamie, you okay, buddy? Jamie? Jamie, I don't think Jamie even knows. Jamie, can you hear me? I don't think he knows he was on there. Maybe he's probably monkeying with something. I don't know if you know Jamie. He's a good kid.
I don't know.
Young man. So yeah, I know him very well. He's a young boy who does his own podcast, and he might be monkeying with something on the computer, not have his headphones in. So we were at number 2, correct,
yes,
Frank?
Number 2. How do you perceive? How do others perceive you in the marketplace?
Yep. So how others look at you in the marketplace. All right. The reason that is because you want to look at that, because if someone comes in, Frank comes in and goes, Tim, you really helped me with a brand. I know you're talking about blogging all the time, but you really helped me with my branding. You need to market this. That's how come my program got named to be blogging and branding, because originally I come out talking about just helping entrepreneurs, and eventually the audience started saying, Tim, you're really good with a blog. Will you help me? Will you really help me with my blog, Tim? And that's what I started doing. So I got out and started doing it. So Jamie, you're cool, buddy. I'm sorry, but it's okay, man. I know what you're working on, buddy. So once you take those two things into effect, now we're going to go to step number 3, which is define your direction. Define your direction. Now, I know a lot of people that want to use the word goals here. I don't like the word goals. All right? Goals are a great thing, and I'm not going to put them down. Some of you guys have great goals out there, and yes, I have goals for my year. However, too many of us are always trying to set little goals, all right? I'm about set little goals to reach the big objectives, but they never define the direction. I know I'm going to eventually, I'm going to build them.
They never define the direction of their goals.
Okay, am I getting
we got your audio.
better?
So you might want to continue with the audio while we've got the audio. Can everybody hear Tim okay? Say something, Tim.
Hello.
Yeah, we have sound.
We have sound?
Sound, but no visual. Sometimes the visual comes back. So I'd keep going with the tips, and hopefully the visual will come back.
Hopefully. If not, I'm sorry, guys. This is just the way it is with the hotel. So
yeah, I'll let you know if the sound goes out.
All right, man. So yeah, we were at the define your direction, and what I mean by define your direction, guys, is I define my direction. I know where I'm going with the blogging program. Is eventually I'm going to host a once a year blogging conference in either Dallas or Los Angeles. All right, to get people together to help grow their blogging business or grow their blog. That's the direction I'm moving in. I'm searching out other people in the industry who are in the blogging and teaching to help build this eventually. In the meantime, I've created a whole program. So you guys know, this is what I've been working on all weekend long. This is the new workbook for what's going to be the Rock Around Your Blog program. It has 10 modules into it. And right now, just the outline is 14 pages. Wow. You can see that if the video's on. If the video's not on, I've got a yellow sheet of paper with 14 pages of an outline for the new book. That's just the outline. Not even the book. It's the outline for the new workbook.
But, so I assume you're showing the yellow pad with the 14 pages?
Yeah, there you 14 pages I've got on it.
Here, so hold it up now. Hold it up now so we can see.
See?
Wow.
That's just the outline, guys. So, and yes, there is writing on them pages.
I have a friend who does that kind of thing with Post-its, and he'll go to like his conference room or whatever and put the Post-its all over the whole wall, and then reorganize his thoughts on the wall just from the Post-its.
Yeah, I've done that too. So for writing books. So guys, that's what I call defining the direction. I know where I'm going with this program. I may not have a concrete as in tomorrow I'm taking this step, and the next day I'm taking this step, but I've defined the ultimate direction I'm going. And every time I actually want to take a step somewhere, I look at the defined direction I want to go and I decide it. Again, the steps are, we start with determine your unique value. What are others saying is your value? And now you define the direction. Now the next one is number 4, define who you are going to help. I've said this already, and I'll let Frank repeat this because he heard me say it a million times. I help speakers, coaches, direct sales entrepreneurs with a blog. Does it mean I help people outside that? Yes, I still help people outside that, but that is the area I work to centralize my marketing. So I defined it by working with that specific group, and I keep honing on how to make that group better. By doing that, the guy who runs local ice cream shop comes over and goes, I like what you're doing. Can you help me do a blog?
Right.
Yes, I'm going to help him, especially if I eat at his ice cream shop. I'm going to help him out using the same tactics if they work. If it's the guy who wants to run the pornography store, it's probably not going to work. My tactics work in a different way. And I'm not picking on pornography or putting it down or picking it up, okay?
Right. Pornography doesn't work as well with printed word as it does with pictures, I think.
Yes, okay, but I'm not going to go into that, all right? But the idea is I've defined my direction, all right? I knew who I'm going to help, and even though someone outside of that realm is going to ask for help, if they're not going in my defined direction and they're not really able to use the material I teach properly, then I shouldn't be helping them.
Right. So you've got your focus of who you're helping. You know who you're going to help. And if other things come up while you're helping them with their blogging and your specific area of expertise, then you're also going to help them with ideas around branding and other aspects of business, whether it's, hiring a virtual assistant or tools, because you've got all that expertise, but your primary focus is around helping with people blogging. It gives people identity of who you are in the marketplace and why they should hire you.
Yes, exactly. Thanks for pointing that out. You know what I mean? You can't say it better than that. That's why I keep Frank around, man. This guy's awesome.
Thanks, Tim.
So I got a couple more here, all right? Number 5 I put down there, you've got to pay attention to the details in your business. Now, I don't like details. Can I be honest with you? I hate details.
Yeah, me too.
When it comes to those minute details, I hate them. All right? Someone else does my editing of my books and my product stuff. Why? Because I suck at it and I can't reread my own stuff 15 times. Someone else does the editing of my videos because I can't stand to look at myself umpteen times.
Right.
Just can't stand to do it. I can't go rewatch whatever I posted on here and done here in this blab. I will not be able to go rewatch this. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm not one of those people who's so full of myself.
I just can't take hearing the sound of my own voice because I don't like the sound of my own voice. I'm working on it.
I don't either.
It's hard for me to watch.
I can't stand my own picture being on my books. I really can't. All right? But that's a detail that's very important detail of why my picture is on my books is, all right, see these things right here? People want to see them. When they see them, they trust you.
Even in the picture.
Yeah. Even in the picture, they want to be able to see it. So you got to pay attention to the small details that are going to bring you success. Too many people have lost. They built a great business, and then they forgot to take care of little details. So sometimes details are as minor as pay the lunch bill on time. All right? Pay the tab. Give tips. I mean, there's little details that people throw out all the time thinking they're going to go get to success, and they miss it. All right? Can't do that. If you want to be successful in your brand, the last thing people want to see about this is Frank can go around telling everybody how great I am, and I miss the details of.
And I do.
Oh. If I miss the details of being nice to, like the lady I just sat with on the airplane today, and I just leave me alone, I want to be in my own world, and I don't want to deal with you if you're not a coach or a speaker or whatever, and I'm not nice to her, she can tell everybody one bad story about sitting next to me on an airplane, and which is going to travel farther, Frank saying nice things or what she says.
Exactly.
Especially, I'm right now in Los Angeles, especially in the Hollywood world.
Oh, yeah.
You watch these people out here, they do one bad thing. Goes all over the place. That's what you don't want to happen in your business. You want to pay attention to those details. So, Robin, I want to read what you wrote here. Going back to view my own stuff, not because I am fuller. I love it. I'm not going to read it. You guys read what Robin wrote.
It's all about outsourcing. I heard it. I mean, it's like the Michael Gerber thing of, are you working on your business or in your business? And if you're working in your business and you're trying to cover things like details where you're not specifically good at those details and you're not good at it and you don't like dealing with them, then hire somebody else who's just like lives for the detail, who loves the detail, like accountants and attorneys. We need those people who are going to dot the I's, cross the T's, and look out for us because they love that. The accountants love finding those pennies or whatever it is to balance the books. The lawyers love finding those little clauses buried deep within contract. We need those people. And if that's not our core strength, then we should be finding those people. But it's not just them. It's, if you're not great at branding, find a branding expert. If you're not great at blogging, you should hire Tim and get him to help you with your blogging. Yeah. Nobody can be an expert at everything.
Okay, and for you guys who think I'm half decent at branding, I'm meeting with a guy actually in this mastermind this week who helps people specifically with branding. My program to get involved with me is around $997. All right, it's very expensive. If you want him to help you build your brand, he's got 2 price ranges. You ready for him? $15,000 and $25,000. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's
he's just playing a much bigger game.
Expensive there. Yeah, he is. He works with some big name brands and he's got that. But people that I work with can't afford $15,000 to go into their brand.
Right, but you can learn from him.
People going.
You can learn from him and indirectly deliver that value to your audience.
Yep. So I'm the next. He's the next step. I get them up to where they're going to afford that. And they really want to go big time. Now he's the person they hire. All right. He's the person who develops companies like the Nikes and whatever not. So anyway, so let me go to, we were at number 6.
Yep.
All right. Number 6, get out on social media and talk about it. Remember, we defined it. We see what others see. We define the direction. We're taking care of the minor details. So now we get out on social media and talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. All right. Don't talk into, I'm Tim Gillette and I can help you with a blog. No, get out and talk about the fact that if you have a blog and if you post on a regular basis, you're going to grab a following like a friend of mine did years ago by posting a video every day for 26 days. And she got noticed by somebody over at the Oprah show and got an invitation to be in the audience.
Fantastic.
Okay.
It's kind of like,
that's the tips I want to give.
Yeah, you're here, like, I don't know, is your show every day or more than once a day? Tim?
Yeah. Am I doing more than once a day?
Are you on every day or more than once a day or once a week? What is your...
On Blab, I am on at least once a day.
So you're on, and I know I've seen you on much more than once a day talking other people's Blabs. So, I've seen you on Bonnie Frank's show and she's, on here like crazy. Jonathan Tripp show, I've seen you multiple times. And you're always adding value, delivering value. So it's not just like show up and post your own stuff, but get out there and try and help other people grow and build their brands because you're going to get noticed for that.
Yep, that's it. And I think I was listening to Bonnie's in the airport this morning. I was listening to Bonnie's Periscope and she said, Tim, I thought you were going to be on a plane. And I'm like typing, I'm about the board. I tune into people. I listen all the time. Guys, if I got a chance to listen, I would rather listen to a successful person than the guy sitting next to me whining about how bad his life is.
Yeah, by the way, when when you're listening, you're also just going to uncover opportunities that you're not going to get to when you're talking. Most of us spend too much time talking, and we miss out on opportunities right in front of us because we haven't taken the time to listen.
Yep. If you caught my top 3 at 3 today, I talked about that. Listening to the world around you was number 1 tip today. So if you haven't noticed, there's some other things that I've started to do on the web, and social media, with live streaming. I've learned from watching Bonnie Frank. I have not done anything with Periscope yet, but however, I decided one of the things I would do was using Facebook Live, and every day at 3 o'clock Central Time, I do a top 3 at 3. 3 ways to boost your afternoon. It's just, 3 is my favorite number. It's an afternoon thing. I'm always doing something different than everybody else is doing. So I'm like, I'm going to do a top 3 at 3. And I put the hashtag. I realized somebody else used the hashtag many years ago. I'm using the hashtag again. Gary Leland, I seen you jump in the room, buddy. I got to chat with you soon. You know what I mean? It's taking that because those videos every afternoon, I want to give something to get people to hype up to go finish their day. Rather than being, you know what I mean? Some people are, let me give you the 10 ways to start your day. No, I want to give you something to plan for the next day. I'm setting you up at night for the next day. That's my top 3 at 3. I do these now. If you notice, we're on episode 44. All right, Rock Around Your Blog is the name of the show. Episode 44, and each show is a different subject where I teach a little bit more about it. I don't have a guest on. I pull somebody out of the audience to be my co-host. Frank has been, I think it's the second time Frank has done it. And we all just come in here, and I bring in people to talk about whatever subject we're talking about for the day. I've done 44 of these shows, and I'm working my way to 100. I want to have 100 of them, and I'm also blogging about them. That's how I'm getting out on the web. All right, taking my blogging to another level, because now I'm taking this. If you noticed, any of you who are subscribed to my blog, you got to notice this morning on my blog, I put a blog post up with this box in there from Blab and something written about it. So those people who went over to my blog this morning can actually watch. You could be, well, there's no plus ones in the room. If there were, they'd be watching this live on my blog. When I'm done, it's there as a recording on my blog. And now I'll take anything extra because Frankie's given me a couple extra notes. I'll go in and add that to the posts in there to make it a little bit better. And then I'll actually put another post out on social media saying, updated the blog on Brand on the Run.
Nice.
So, I mean, now I'm taking this thing and I'm recirculating the blog and the idea that I'm talking about and using social media to do it. That's all I'm doing. That's what you got to do as you take what you're doing, who you're going to help, and you get out on the web. You're doing nothing but what we call overindulging on the internet was a term of one of my coaches used once. Overindulge on the internet. Again, it's not all about bragging about me. It's talking about how you help, how you help, how you help, how you help. That's what it is. And
you're practicing what you preach. I mean, you're telling people get out there on social media, and this is what I'm doing on social media.
Yes, exactly. Exactly what I'm telling people. I'm doing exactly what I'm telling you to do. And I believe in mentorship, not coaching. Mentorship is been there, done that, still doing it. Type that one in the box for him, Frank. Mentorship, Tim's Gillette's definition. I've been there, I've done that, I'm still doing it. Let me bring Gary Leland in here, good buddy of mine from Arlington, Texas. Hey, Gary, are you in front of the computer or are you at the store?
Oh, in front of the computer. Let me, evidently I got this wrong. Let me change my setting on this video real quick. I'll come right back in.
All right. So let me go on to the next one here because, of course, you're going to expect this one here. After you do all those 6 things, number 7 is develop a website and blog. If you're going to come out and build your own brand, all right, and you're going to brand it and get it going on the run, what are you going to do? You have to get yourself some cement place of real estate on the internet. And if you do all these things in the steps first before you do this, by the time you get a blog post up on the internet, people are going to be waiting to follow you, right?
Yep.
And if you don't have it up there, sooner or later, they're just going to die off. I have a blog. I have a website. It's timgillette.com. I know it's a hard name to figure out, but timgillette.com. Again, I'm doing it to build my own brand.
Right.
I'm doing it using my name. If you go to there and you type in timgillette.com, after it gets there, it'll show you what the web domain is something different. Because I had a following on a website and I just bought the domain and pointed it and continued that growth rather than totally, I'm going to rebrand and throw it all away. No, I continued on that growth. I've never stopped, all right, on the path I've been on. Yes, it's taken some side trails. Yes, it's gone some directions I didn't want to go, but I kept building, all right? Had I not started building that way, I would not be able to build relationships. So this morning on a plane, I met a girl who was going through a tough time, and she made a tough decision to get out of her house in Texas and come to California to try to win her husband back. Had I not written the book, You Can't Always Get What You Want, and had a copy of it in my briefcase, I would have been just another guy in the plane. When we started talking, she asked who I was, and she found out I had a radio show. I had books written. I mean, I've done coaching. I've mentored people.
Right.
Now she opened up to me. Why? Because I built a form of trust. I did. I established authority. I built a level of trust with her, so now she'd open up with it. Had I not started where I was and written that book, which is not even part of like my business plan now, let him in, let Gary in.
Okay. He's in.
I wouldn't have been able to help that girl if I didn't have a copy of that book in my hand today. Now that girl left with the ultimate confidence, and she was ready to go to meet her husband and actually change their relationship and make it better. Am I a relationship coach? No way, I'm not. All I did was took the simple knowledge I did in that book and hand it to someone who needed it at the moment in time that I happened to be in the seat next to me.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Fantastic.
That's what you do. Mr. Gary, how you doing, buddy?
How you doing? I hardly get on here anymore, but I saw you, so I thought I'd jump on and say hi.
Yeah. Hey, we're still on for the 26th,
no, I just
right?
canceled it. As a matter of fact, I was going to email you tomorrow. I've had a real problem finding a location, Tim.
Okay.
Boy, just Arlington is just I want to do that here, but finding a location is a nightmare here. And I found plenty of daytimes, but I want to do it in the evening. So I pretty much just 2 days ago canceled all of my head scheduled and said, well, I know I'm not going to have a problem finding them. So until I find a location, I'm not going to do it. And then I'm going to fill it back up because I've had no shortage of people wanting to come. And also they were signing up pretty good to be in the group. I just don't have a place. I guess that's why everybody's so excited to come to the meetings, because there's nothing like this going on.
Nothing, yeah. So, but we do want Gary. I do want to get you on my Tim Gillette radio show.
Oh, sure.
So I will be back. I'll be back in Dallas, and I think one of the podcasting ones coming up. I'll meet with you there and talk with you about it. We're gonna pick a date because I do want you on. So
yeah, whenever you want. No problem at all.
Yeah, I don't have my calendar with me. I'm in Los Angeles right now. So.
I'm on Facebook all day long, 24/7. So
yep. Hey, I've been watching your videos. By the way, guys, if you've not followed already, follow Gary Leland here. He's this guy's good in podcasting. This guy's an authority in baseball. All right, you got to follow this guy when it comes to softball. Talk to him. Give him a little pitch about you, Gary, so they all know who you are.
I probably was one of the first 50 podcasters on the planet. I started in 2004. I built my first website in 1996. My first e-commerce site. I run 24 websites probably right now. I have 2 brick-and-mortar stores, 10 books, 4 podcasts, a podcast network. I think that pretty much covers the spectrum, Tim.
Yeah, and he's one of the 4 members who founded Podcast Movement.
Founders of Podcast Movement, which will be in Chicago this year in July. So it's podcasting. Check that out.
One of these days, Tim's going to be an authority in podcasting and speak at Podcast Movement.
Well, you just need to apply, probably. That's not my
not your
thing, but
I think Dan and Mitch do that, don't they?
What?
Don't Dan and Mitch do the speakers?
I don't know who does it. I just know it's not me. I don't do too much. I just show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like the best job.
Isn't it?
Everybody. I just show up. Hey.
No, there's a great group of people. All 4 of them that started this. Both Gary, Mitch, Dan, and the 4th guy's in Florida, and I know him.
Jared.
Who is it? Jared. I've met him, but I don't know him personally like I know these guys because they're all in Texas. Jared. I can vouch for all of them, man. They have a great thing for podcasting. I was there for the very first one in Dallas, and it was an awesome event that they pulled off. Just phenomenal the way they did it. So, anyway.
I just posted the link up in the chat, podcastmovement.com.
Yeah, that's it. And last year we started the Podcast Hall of Fame and the Podcast Awards. So
cool.
That started last year, and we had, 4 inductees, I think, into the Hall of Fame. Adam Curry, Scott Sigler, Merle Lafferty, and Todd Cochran. So no one was doing a Hall of Fame. It's been there 10 years. I figure it's been long enough. So we made 10 years the amount of time you have to be podcasting to qualify for the Podcast Hall of Fame.
I just also posted your website there from your Twitter. It's Gary, it's lelands.org.
Yeah,
so I posted that in the chat, but I'm just saying it so anybody's watching the replay. It's Lelands, LELANDS.org.
Yeah, so many people ask me what I do, Frank, and it's kind of hard to explain, so I just made a website that has everything I do on it. That's all that's on that website is what I do. I don't make posts. I don't do anything. Unless I add a new website, which we're doing this week. So we'll add a new website to it.
Okay. Cool beans. Gary, it's good to see your face, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to let you go. I didn't want to get involved in here, but you invited me in. You said you wanted to chat, so I did. But I'm going to let you get back to your y'all's conversation here. I just wanted to hang in.
I just got one more point, and then we're basically going to take questions anyway. Okay. So.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Nice to meet you, Gary. Thanks, Gary. I just followed you on Twitter and Blab.
Okay, y'all have a good day.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. Good guy there. Gary is a very good guy. He's one of the few people in Dallas I'd trust with my life and my wife. So, I mean, he's a very trustworthy gentleman, and he's a very respected businessman. So, he's the type of people I like to do business with. So, let me finish out with our number 8, and then when you guys want to pop in, ask questions, or if I can answer any questions related to these to your business is what I want you to do. But number 8 is build a personality, a system, personality/system, Frank. All right. But basically in this, you want to get others. Your system is to get others to take action. Use your personality, your system, whatever it is, to get others to take action. That is how you become a brand on the run. All right. The idea behind Brand on the Run. All right. If you thought about Paul McCartney, Band on the Run, and I thought about that and I went, Brand on the Run could mean a ton
that's
of
cool.
things.
I like that.
Yeah. I can't use it because it is trademarked by some company in the UK, so I got to watch how I use it. Anyway, the idea behind it is, and just in my business, all right, you get out, you get started, all right, and you start with what you think you can solve. You listen to what other people are saying about what you solve. So, you recreate your brand. In other words, your brand can be changing. I started out as the rocker life coach. And then I went to the rock and roll keys to business success. When I go out to places and introduce myself as Tim, as a speaker, author, radio show host, and creator of the rock and roll keys to business success. That there has cemented me as a unique brand, a personality. What do I do? In everything I do, I have built systems to get others to take action. Sat with a girl on a plane today, not even my department of helping people. Right. And what did I do? I gave her simple steps to take action. That's all I did. And I got off the plane and walked away. Hey, have a great day.
And you probably felt just as amazing as she did because you were able to help this random stranger who seems to be struggling in a really painful area of life, relationships, which we could all use help in,
Yeah. That's it. When you get to do that, all right, and you get that system down and over, and your personality shows through it all. And that's it. I want to get the idea. Personality. Frank, you know me, personality. Gary, he was just on there, can tell you. Personality. Gary, out of all the people in the room, has known me the longest. Gary knew me before I was doing Blab. I was doing a radio show, but Gary, I don't know if Gary's ever listened to my radio show, but I've been doing a radio show for, about 2.5, 3 years now. My first radio show was November 2012. So that's when I started doing radio, all right, or what you guys call podcast. This is a podcast, all right? The only difference between a podcast and a radio show is we broadcast ours live on a radio network, which is an internet radio network. This here, ladies and gentlemen, is podcast. It's still a podcast because then after it's recorded live, it's then put out in podcast format like this is.
Which means it stays out there forever. Yeah.
Yep. We're recording this live. It will be on here as a replay forever for you guys to listen to. When we're done today, all right, you know what I mean? God forbid something happened to me or happened to Frank. Okay, there's a recording of the two of us together to teach you something today. That's what we do. That's how we help people. Any questions? Hop in the window if you want to ask any questions or if you want to some help in personalizing this towards you. So,
yeah, Robin, feel free to jump in. Laura, if you want to, come on in.
I know. So yeah, some of my cool peeps is in the room. Laura and Robin are in there still. So we had Gary come in. No, I always love people to come in and visit.
There's Robin.
Before we shut the recording off.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Welcome.
Thank you. All right, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So I've been listening to you for a while. I've been listening to a lot of other people on Blab for a while. I don't know if you saw in there, I paid for my first ever coaching thing with Coach Jenny, and I'm doing it right now, right? Never done that before, so it was kind of weird for me, but I'm loving it. How long do you think it takes people to kind of go from that step A to step B where we're getting it? We're getting what the coaching, the training, all that other stuff is, where we can see ourselves really moving to the next level with our business.
When you decide.
Okay.
Great answer.
How do you like that? When you decide I'm going to the next level.
Yeah.
It is not about what I'm coaching you with, what Frank is leading you with Jenny. And I'm going to tell you right now, those are two great coaches. I'm not putting myself up on it. Those are two great coaches, Frank and Jenny. Two awesome people.
Hold on.
They can only do so much. All right.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. They can only do so much for you, Rob. You have to do.
Right. And that's kind of where I'm at, right? Is that I've been watching you guys for so much. And honestly, I've been very, very lucky in the business that I've been doing since 2008 that I've been able to kind of coast along. I've had businesses coming to me and stuff, and but things are changing a little bit, and the world that I'm in with social media and blogging, and I want to change it up a little bit. I want to get excited again about my work. And so that's why I decided to try Coach Jenny to start with. So I'm ready to move on.
Cool. I'm looking forward to watching your growth because Jenny, I think, is awesome. I mean, I think I've seen Jenny and you in a room together. So see that relationship, okay? And that's key in a lot of things is a relationship. Some of the coaches I work with, most people would go, yeah, that guy's crazy. Why do I want to work with him? Because that's me. I can't go work with like Zig Ziglar. All right, for example, I love Zig, and there's a lot of people at the Ziglar organization who I am friends with. I go out and have coffee with these people. I sit and talk with these people. I mean, you wouldn't believe the stuff I do with them. But I wouldn't hire any of them as a coach. That's not a bad thing.
Right.
It's just they're on a commercial, or should I say not commercial, a corporate strategy type direction. I'm not.
Right.
I'm on the rock and roll rebellious direction. Now, not meaning rebellious in a bad way. I mean, I'm just not that. I'm not the Fortune 500 direction.
Non-traditional.
Non-traditional. I'm heading in a different direction. So I need a coach who's in that different direction. It's why I've worked the past 3 years now with Craig Duswalt in California, who was on my here first mastermind. Craig Duswalt is different. Does different things. James Malinchak, one of the greatest speaker coaches and trainers in the country to teach people how to make a living speaking. I won't work with him. Not that I don't like him. I love him. I think he's a great guy. I refer many people to him. But again, he's a corporate structure going down a corporate path. I'm the rebellious going down the other line.
Right.
So if I joined and James and I have had the conversation about how I tried stuff James said and it didn't work for me. Right. And James Malinchak, in all of his wisdom, this guy has so much wisdom. He said, Tim, the very beginning of my seminar, I held up a $5 calculator and said, if the numbers don't add up, you don't have business. And I went, duh, that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? James gets it, all right? And he wasn't putting me down. He thinks he's got in his mind I can make it better. But if I know that that's not the direction I want to go.
Right. And
Chris Brogan, Frank Kern, man, I'm all over those guys. Why? Because they did it different.
I love Frank. Frank's great.
Yeah. So, okay.
And that's why,
go ahead, Robin.
That's why with Coach Jenny, as I watched her on Blab, and I jumped in a lot of her Audacity Blabs and stuff and just listened for the longest time. And I felt like I got her. I understood her, and I loved that she was willing to shove when you needed it, but, support at the same time. And it made sense to me, and it wasn't very specific as to like being very corporate or non-corporate or anything else. And so that's why I fit. But Tim, I also I've watched you talk about your stuff that you do, and you're a little more above my price point that I'm ready to pay yet. I'm going to get there. Don't worry.
Okay.
But one of the things I love best about you is that you said that you interview people who apply to be coached by you. And if you don't think they're the right fit, you say, nope, sorry. And that's right. And I love that about you because not everybody matches up and you have to find the right person. And so that's one of the things I really do enjoy about you. And the fact that you are very supportive of everybody here on Blab. I really appreciate that.
Yep. That's it. Thank you for the kind words. I mean, that's what I'm here to do. All right. I'm not on this planet to just take up space.
Good.
And like I did this morning, I explained this. I was on a plane helping a girl that I will not get she couldn't afford to pay me as a coach anyway. No monetary reward for that. All right. And she was a cute girl, and it's not like she's going to come over and be my daughter or be my girlfriend. All right. Let's face it. She's 20 years old. She has no interest in hanging around with a 50-year-old guy. All right. Not looking for coaching, not looking for mentoring, not looking for help and whatsoever. However, I sat and gave her some feedback. And she was, almost in tears, which I see that a lot when I help people in those situations. And then I said, you know what you have to do? And she goes, what? This is after you're successful doing this, you have to go help somebody who can't help themselves. She said, what? I said, that's the only way you can ever pay me back. Is you got to go help somebody else.
That's exactly the way it's been in the blogging world that I'm in. So I was in the mommy blogger group for the longest time. We're now lifestyle bloggers, and I do a lot of other stuff now too. But that has always been the thing, is that whenever you know how to do something, if you can help somebody else, help them. You know, it doesn't mean you have to spend hours and hours and hours with them, but it's not doing anything but giving back to everything when you are able to sit down and give them a little bit of feedback, a little bit of advice, that kind of thing.
Right.
And
that's
I
what
have
I'm going to
echo.
do. So.
Is that me?
I don't hear it. It may be me.
I hear it
don't
on
know
you,
how I'm
Robin.
set up. So
Okay.
I'm not hearing any echo. So
But
I mean,
that's
I've got weird setup here today. Anyway, it could be me.
That's okay. I'm going to jump off anyway because I'm trying to get a post up on my blog as we speak. But I wanted to jump in and ask you that about the time frame. And Tim and Frank too. You guys watch me grow. Grow is my word for 2016. Cool. And that's what I'm really hoping to change things up quite a bit this year. And I may not, as I think about it longer, I may not reach the monetary goals I had originally set for this year. But I think by 2017, if I'm taking these steps, I will. What?
Stop.
Okay.
What do you mean you may not reach the monetary goals you set at the beginning of the year? What kind of an attitude is that?
Okay. I'm going to tell you. I actually have.
You want to change your business? Stop setting money goals.
Well, and
there's a coach for you. Stop setting money goals.
Exactly right, and that's part of it. Is what I've learned so far in this year and at the end of last year, but is that I was thinking of it too much in a monetary amount and just setting a number out there. But what I've realized is that I have to make more specific plans and actions that I can take part in to make my business grow. Just setting that number does not make your business grow. I have to be able to do what I need to do, which is why I'm taking Coach Jenny's Audacity course, and why I'm really trying to learn as much as I can from people like you guys, and kind of listen and take in that actual advice on, okay, you have to put some thought into this. Because like I said, I've been posting since 2008. I've been very lucky that I have had businesses been coming to me all this time. But now it's time for me to change a little bit and to reach out on my own a little bit and be a little more aggressive. But I need to learn how to do that first. So that's why I'm saying that originally I had set a certain monetary goal for myself. And what I'm saying is I'm kind of looking at that now going, if it doesn't happen in this year and it starts in 2017, I'm okay with that as long as I'm learning how to do it along the way. I still expect it to go up in 2016 for sure, but it may not be my exact goal.
Yeah. I don't set money goals anymore.
Right.
I set objective goals.
Yep. And that's what I'm figuring out, Tim, is that that's what I have to do.
I learned that there was a statement I read from Robert Kiyosaki many, many years ago. He said, rich people don't work for money.
I agree.
When I heard that, I mean, I had to think about it. And the more I thought and chewed on that, and I went, wait a minute. When you work for opportunity, when you work for doors to be open, when you work for experience, when you start doing all that stuff and you stop counting the money, all of a sudden you have money.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. So I stopped setting money goals. I don't set money goals anymore. And that's, for those of you who do, that's okay. It's great. On my blogging, I don't sit and set money goals. I know bloggers who used to actually put a income statement out every month on what they made in their blog and break it all down for you. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. All right. I'm out here to actually help people with a blog. And I have a mentorship program that I'm trying to fill. That's being honest. All right. My mentorship program, my goals for 2016 is I want 100 graduates from the program. 100 graduates. That's it. 8 people a month.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's a good goal.
That's a good goal. Now, if I do that, all right, on average, all right, that's, $100,000.
Right. So that's
if
what
I
was
right.
going to say is, set a goal for how many people you're going to help this year, which is what Tim is talking about. And
exactly.
I just posted in the chat, if you're not already familiar with this, Robin, the SMART goals, which is they have to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and time bound. Okay.
Yep.
So if you're saying you just set goals for this year and you already know you're not going to do them, maybe you need to rethink.
And that's it. That's exactly what I'm saying, Frank, is that was one specific goal that I had to double my income for 2016.
And Tim and Robin, I apologize, but my wife just called me. I've got to go to dinner because today's my birthday. And
happy birthday,
bud.
Thank you. So they made me a special birthday, my wife and my son. I'm going to go join them now, and I'm going to check out. Tim, always a pleasure seeing you, buddy. And good luck with your course out there in LA. And I'll see you on another Blab very soon, I'm sure.
Yep.
And so sorry again about Glenn Fry right on the tail of David Bowie here. We're starting to lose him faster and faster. It's very sad.
Yeah. So,
All right. Thanks.
Bye, Frank.
Bye, Frank.
Robin, did you see what I've been working on all this weekend?
I did. I saw that. 14 pages.
14. That's just the outline.
This is what I'm working on. This is my Coach Jenny Audacity workbook that I'm working on. So, and plus then I have my other notebook full of stuff. But that's what I was saying is what Frank said too, is that it finally like clicked in my brain someplace the last few weeks. I can't, setting a number on those goals as far as money just is not the same thing as setting actionable, specific, measurable goals. I mean, yeah, I can measure my bank account, but that's not exactly what I want to do. I hate money, to be honest. I mean, I want to have as much of it as I want, right? But I hate dealing with it. I hate it. And so for me, to set those goals about actions that I can take, I'm going to do this and this and this. I know that's going to make my income grow, but I'm not going to worry about that actual number so much.
Yeah. Well, I got to close this out because I'm listening to skips again. And last thing I want to do is close this out and be in the middle. So let me close the recording out a second here, Robin.
Okay.
So, all right, guys, that's what I'm leaving in here for the recording. And it's Tim Gillette, Rock Around Your Blog, episode number 44 in the bank. All right. Number 44 was about brand on the run, and we talked about branding today. Join us each day of the week where we talk about another different idea on blogging and branding on the Rock Around Your Blog show. I'm Tim Gillette. See you later.